we were really thrilled to see this because this is a preserved renal artery up here. Can you see up there? I'll just bring it up. There's gold markers. You see this? Which will show up on X-ray. And there's perfectly preserved ostia of a renal artery. So that's the first one ever done. Then, again, it was brought up to the SMA in the animal study with suprarenal fixation. And then the explanted issue showing an SMA and the renal arteries there still preserved. We just put it upside down. And that was the first CT angiogram again. This specimen had no left kidney. So I know it's, and you've got to forgive us because this is early digitalized. This is late 1996. So digitization has gone on, and this was not the best equipment in the world, but you can see a well-perfused kidney there from our stent, which has preserved that renal artery in a covered stent above the renal. So that's the very, very first one. And then we published this, and this is a well-known paper now, which at the time we were writing it up, it was from Browne, so pleased about that. Right, this goes on to fenestrated endovascular aneurysm repair and management. Any questions? There are only two reasons for that. Right. If you look at this now, this is a case that we did here a couple of weeks ago. Again, you've got to do something about that. Look at conical neck, right juxtarenal. If you put an ordinary EVAR out of that, you'd have a type 1 straight away. It's a waste of time. And what you've, all around the world now, you're beginning to find that an awful lot of grafts from various different centres and companies have gone on trying to tackle these things, and now they've ended up with serious type 1s, and they have to be addressed with either another modulus. But if you think about it, you know, an awful lot of the times they would just put a Palmaz or another stretching stent in there. That's not going to work. You actually have to grip the problem by the teeth and put a suprarenal covered stent in there to make sure that you've got stability above. And if you look at it there, right up to the renals, that's not going to work unless it's fenestrated. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Again, this is another close-up view of it, right up to the renals, diseased aorta, therefore you've got no choice. You've got to put something up there if it's going to have any lasting effect. Now, this is a little video we'll show, and then we'll stop it, show you what happens here in theatre at the time, corresponding to this part of the deployment. Now, what I want you to notice is look where the renals are, look at where the disease is. The last one was down there. This has gone right up there, so it has to be fenestrated. This is the sheet going in, withdrawing, and there's your covered suprarenal stent. Now, unless the holes are in the right place, you're going to knock off both kidneys. Okay? And you've got to remember that there's a big vessel in here, the SMA, which supplies the rest of the gut. And these are target vessels that you have to look after. Now, that corresponds to that part of the procedure where you have a long, stiff, longitudinal wire up here, right renal, this is SMA, and this is into the left renal. Okay, go a little bit further. I must must say, Liz, the animation that Cook have on this is just absolutely superb. Right, so it's coming in, but it's not good enough just to cannulate the rings. You know, you've got to rivet something in there, and it's a clear uncovered stent, an atrium stent, and then you've got to balloon it so that it stays in there. And the same goes for down here. And pop goes the reason. So that comes down here, and look what's happening. So you know you're in the right place, all right? So that's going to give you the permission then to go in, put your stent in there once you've anchored it well down into the kidney parenchyma. So the thing about it is, when you've measured these things up, they actually railroad in. And once you've got 2 out of 3 in, it sets it up actually better for it, and it runs along train-like. But the place it only can go is where the track is leading. So, but you have to make sure you are into the right place. So, we'll just finish out the end of this video. And the thing about it is necessary is that this is, in all EVARs, is modulated. So now we're back into the ordinary EVAR element of it. So we've got suprarenal problem, or fixation, SMA, 2 renals preserved, a body right opposite the aneurysm, and then down into the iliacs, hopefully to preserve the internals. And as you well know now, things have gone an awful lot further, because now the choices are where you can do, you know, 2, 3 renals and an SMA, scalloped or not. But you might have aneurysmal disease in here, and you might want to preserve one of these and embolize one of them. So the thing has just gone hugely advanced and it's proper order, because the results from these now are so superior to open surgery. And at one stage, 1 in 10 aneurysms used to be done in an endovascular. Now in most centers it's almost reaching 100%, but that would be overreaching, I'd imagine. But certainly 9 out of 10. But all the different devices, all the different angulations of the neck, which you know, manufacturers like Aerofix are fantastic for it. They've got the license for it. But other ones like Branch devices down there that we did the other day gives you such a possibility. And now it's beginning to be difficult to turn patients down. Because even if they are elderly and have all these comorbidities, there's just such a lengthening list of things that you can actually do, and especially if you get them fit enough before the operation. So that corresponds to this element of it. So it preserves all these, and then you end up doing this sort of stuff. And this is what the radiologists just love showing, these sort of images. But, I mean, it is, I think, an absolute thing of beauty. There's your aneurysm is gone, because you can't see an aneurysm anymore, because all the digitized image of the contrast is intraluminal, intragraft, right down, preserving this. And this is one of our patients. And again, you know, a lovely blood supply to his gut and upper gut, and his kidneys, you know, preserved. And then the other advantage is, particularly now in the modern NHS, is these are 3-day stays, and in some places they're probably even down to 23 hours. But we don't have a hotel opposite the hospital yet, because that's where it's going. They don't need that huge, intensive nursing element of it, but they do need to be just within quick access of the operating hospital.